So we're going to practice rearranging the equation using the symbols rather than the words. The symbols we're going to use for the time being are S for speed, D for distance, and T for time. In the long run, you'll learn we use different symbols for these sometimes, but for now, S, D, and T I think are nice and simple to remember. So while we know the average speed is distance over time, that immediately gives us one of our arrangements. In physics, we prefer writing down the equations using symbols, really because it's much faster. So then we're going to rearrange this in two possible ways. So we might try and aim for the D or the T first. Let's do it the other way around, the way we did it with words. So if I want to get the T on its own first, I have to be quite careful with what I do, because at the moment I've got divided by T on this side. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is multiply both sides by T. Now, if you remember, this is exactly what we did last time as well. So I'm going to do multiplied by T on both sides. Once I've multiplied by T on both sides, these two T's are going to cancel with one another. I've now really got my other equation, my other rearrangement, without even aiming for it. But let's carry on. We said we were going to get T on its own first. On this side, I've got T times S. I don't want T times S though. I want T on its own. I'm going to divide this side by S. If I divide this side by S, I better make sure I divide this side by S as well. So to do that, I'm going to lengthen my divided sign slightly in here and put an S down underneath. It's looking a bit messy, but hopefully if we cancel out these S's, we should see that this comes out as T is equal to D divided by S. So we've rearranged and we get time is equal to distance over average speed, just like we had with words above. Again, if we want to get D on its own, let's go back to our original. Speed is equal to distance over time. To get D on its own, we need to stop it being divided by T. So we're going to multiply by T on this side, and therefore multiply by T on this side. Dividing by T and then multiplying by T means they cancel out. So when we write this with the D, the subject on the left-hand side, we get distance is equal to average speed times time. So those are our three arrangements. We've lost the first one, so we better write that one out again. Speed is distance over time. So these are our three possible rearrangements of the symbol equation, and we should be comfortable moving backwards and forwards between these three.